Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say I hope you guys had a fantastic Easter Sunday. Hope you got your grub on. I hope you enjoyed your Easter egg hunt. Maybe you got money out the egg. You found a golden egg. Okay. Maybe you got yourself a little vodka shoot out of it. Hey, I don't judge. Or maybe you just got candy. But that's all right. Hope you had a good time. But now, it's time to unwind. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all races, of all ages, welcome, welcome back to another edition of My Honest Take. This is the only podcast that matters and the only pod you'll ever need with your host, Quincy. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day. Another Monday, another podcast. You guys know what time it is. We don't waste none of your time. Well, maybe I do sometimes. I feel like some of these intros be about 2, 3 minutes too long. I feel like I gotta chop it short. A minute 30, we done. But I gotta ramble a little bit because you guys been showing so much love and support. I gotta get flowers each and every time. It's a whole 7 days. I can thank you guys once every 7 days, right? Maybe even more. Okay, so shout out to each and every single one of you guys continuously streaming the podcast. Continue to stream them wherever you listen to your podcast on, and please support me on YouTube at QuincyQ2K. That is the same as for all of my social media platforms as well. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers right now on YouTube, on the come up, on the journey. I do appreciate you guys who tuned in there and tune in there. So continue to show love and support. I truly do appreciate each and every single one of you who do. That felt good. That felt good. See how I just did that nice and simple? First take, no cuts, no edits. All right, man, listen, let's stop. Let's focus, okay? Because we got a nice one today. All right, everybody relax. I hope you got your Easter leftovers and you got your water on deck because it's time for us to talk. All right, let's dive right into this episode of My Honest Take. Now, first on the news, people. The first thing I want to hammer home is, what do you believe? Interesting, right? He's starting off different today. Well, because I feel like I have to. We've seen so much happen on our planet. We've seen so much with our own two eyes that things don't really, it don't, everything is not what it seems. You know what I mean? Because we've seen all these things happen and conspiracy theories become formed. All right. We've seen all these things happen and it gets debunked. Right. So when we see things that I'm about to talk about, now you instantly get the conspiracy theorists. You instantly get the people debunking the conspiracy theorists. Then you got conspiracy theorists debunking the people who think it's facts. You know, that's the first one. Then you have the second one of why. That's the $1 million question, right? Why? One word that can stump a lot of people or can give you a lot of answers. Listen to me, sounding philosophical today. But here's why I say this. So if you have not been paying attention on the news and everywhere, this was everywhere. Katy Perry and some other famous celebrities ended up taking a space trip in quotation marks. It was an all-female crew on this voyage. Okay. Now, apparently, this trip to space only lasted, I believe, was 10 to 20 minutes. I believe. Okay. And here's where things are. Like, here's where you could look between the lines and realize, hold on, things aren't really what it seems. Okay. Now, we've had a space, I want to say incident or just a space drama like this already when it came to the two people who were stuck in space for an extended period of time. All right. Remember, we talked about this. We covered it. All right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the podcast. Hey, self-promotion. Gotta love it. But to give you a quick recap on it, two people were stuck in space. They were only supposed to be there, I believe they said, what, like a month or something. They ended up in there for like 8 months. It was ridiculous. Exaggerating, I may be way off, but they were in there for a long time and a very extended stay of their time. I believe they said they weren't getting no pay OT for it or something like that. It was crazy. But they were able to send them food and water and all that, Christmas hats and all that. And people made good points. Well, how come they couldn't just send them home? Like, it was a whole conspiracy in a sense, but we seen it die down. And that's the same thing that's going to happen with this. We see it, it was live, now it's going to die down. But I wanted to at least include my honest take on it. So, like I said, with this voyage that they took, it was breaking the Earth's atmosphere for like 5 minutes and then coming back. It was literally like you're making the Ark, not Noah's Ark, but the St. Louis Ark, I believe it is. That's exactly what it made. It just made an arc. Boom, and came back. All right, and made a lowercase n, a really big lowercase n, an upside down U, if you may. Okay, that's what it was. And like I said, looking at it, you would just think, why? All right, that's the first one. Remember, I said it was two. Was the why and the conspiracy. But the first thing we're saying is why. Because what's the point of this? What was the point of saying, hey, you want to go to space? Let's do this. For all my Earth conscious people, now we're just fucking up the Earth now, the ozone layer. We're just killing our Earth. But this has been going on forever now. We've been destroying our Earth. All the pollution and all the littering. Earth is dying. Okay? So this is just adding on top of it. So all of our Earth conscious people, we're looking at it like, bro, really? What was the point of this? We're just putting more gas and fumes into the air for a 15-minute trip? Are you serious? Then you have the next why of people saying, so this is where my tax money's going to? This is why I can't get my tax return back in time? Tax has been hitting slow this year. What's going on? It's not because of Trump no more. Now it's because of this. What's going on, Elon? Now you got people tripping. Because at first it was, okay, my tax money is going to the military. Yeah, keep us safe. Then you look at it, this is where my tax dollars is going to? Y'all to just break the atmosphere for 5 minutes and come back? Like, no, that's crazy. So that's your two big whys. And of course you have your other whys. Why is it all females? Why only the select few? Why, do celebrities get to do big things like this? Why do, like, there's so many whys. It's so many whys. Okay? But that's the two big two. That's the big two. Okay? Why is our money going to stuff like this? And why are we just fucking up the earth? You know what I mean? But I can actually give you the third one, like I said. Why is it only select few people that got to go? What else? Like, what did they have to do to get there? How do you get chosen? That's where you get all the what was it? The 4 W's and 1 H. That's how you get all of them. The who, what, when, where, how, all that. Like, that's where you get all of them. Okay? So that's the why portion. Now the conspiracy portion comes in even further because you're breaking the atmosphere and you're recording this journey. You're floating in space, inside of the actual pod, right? Inside the rocket pod. And of course, you got so many conspiracies going in. Oh wow, the Earth doesn't look round to me. Look at the look how it's made. This looks flat to me. There's no curvature. The Earth is flat. Then you have people say, well, no, look at the camera they're using. It probably had the fisheye lens. Anytime you look through this camera and this type of lens, it makes things appear round and curved. All right. Then you have people saying maybe they didn't even go to space. This isn't real because I would have heard about it. I would have seen this plenty, ahead of time. Why is it randomly just happening? So there's so many things to look at when it comes to this, right? Because let's be real, people. We can say, yeah, space is real. We can say that all these things are real. But unless you were actually there, you don't know. You see what I'm saying? Unless you were actually there and actually witnessed That you would not know. All you would know is what you see, right? Like what they say, what you see is what you get. So if people tell you, oh, yeah, yeah, look at this, and you see it, you're like, okay, okay, yeah, that looks cool. But you never know unless you go there. That's when the whole conspiracy starts. You see what I'm saying? So for them to go to space, only select few, we don't know unless you're real close with them. Obviously, they're not gonna tell you, "Oh yeah, fake. Space is fake." There's that man, girl, it was fake. We ain't go, really go. Or they'll tell you, "Oh nah, it was real. It was real. Trust me, the stuff that I seen was crazy." You don't know none of this unless you're there. So that's the part where it's like, you know what I mean? So, like I said, this whole space expedition thing, I think we're gonna get more. There's gonna be more of your favorite celebrities going. There's gonna be more tests and things like that. We just gotta stay in our own lane. That's it. Just stay in your own lane and observe from afar. We don't need to cause any more nonsense when it comes to this. Let's keep our conspiracies to ourselves. Let's keep the whys and hows to ourselves because it was an outrage. You got Wendy saying, "Yo, keep Katy in space." That was bonkers. That was bonkers. Okay, whoever's the admin of Wendy's Twitter deserves a raise. He was going in. He was going in. Okay, but like I said, it was crazy what I was seeing. Oh, why did they go? What this was? Oh, the Earth's this. That, like it was insane. But like I said, now that it's gone, whoop, right under the rug, like nothing happened. So I'm telling you, some of these things happen to just distract you for a second, and then boom, something happens. So I need people to start doing their research. When a major event like that happens, check check the gas prices. Check the egg prices. See if there was something crazy that happened with cops, or see if something happened that's like, yo, this is what they were distracted us from. Because everything in life can be a distraction, people. Remember that. This is not even a conspiracy. This is me just talking to you, trying to let you know, hey, pay attention. That's what this is. Now, let's let's step aside, okay? Let's step aside from space for a second. All right? And let's talk about something a little bit more real. Something a little bit more serious. That's not a conspiracy. Okay? The school shootings. All right? The reason why I say it's not a conspiracy is because people are actually losing their lives, people. Okay? For our, I forgot his name, our dude who wanted to say that the Sandy Hook school shooting was a conspiracy. Nah, no. They kids actually lost their life. Okay, you can't say a conspiracy. You can't. All right. Even it sucks because you gotta tread carefully with that because that's people's kids, right? So you gotta tread carefully with things like that. If things even looked fishy, like what I'm saying, you could say set up, possibly. You could say that. Oh no, it was a setup. Okay, that sounds better than oh, it was a conspiracy. They're not really because when you say conspiracy, they're not really dead. Come on, y'all. That's what it makes it seem like. But if you say, Brian, it was a setup, now it seems like okay, somebody planted them to actually do this. Okay, now now that sounds less disrespectful. Okay, so these school shootings are real, people, and it sucks that America has become the laughing stock of it because the UK, Europe in general, Russia, China, Japan, Korea, whatever you want to say, it feels like they don't have these type of issues. And if they do, it's once in a blue moon, or we just don't know because obviously we don't see their news. But you know what news that everyone sees? The United States. That's the part that makes you be like, damn, are we really that bad as a country, as a nation, as people that school shootings has now became a US thing? And it makes you wonder what's the real laws because everybody says gun control, gun violence, gun safety, right? We gotta limit the guns, take away the guns. Okay, here's the part where it's still not gonna work. Let's say take away the guns. Now we're gonna have people trying to get guns illegally, and now we're selling that on the black market. Quotations, just people selling it incognito, like right now that's gonna be in high demand. If that, let's say you stop that, okay, which we all know you can't stop that because you're not supposed to be selling drugs and stuff like that, like hard drugs. People still do it. You know what I mean? So let's say let's say we stop all that, right? Then it's going to become a government mandated thing where the government's going to now sell it. The doctors and hospitals do it with drugs, quotations. They sell it to us and we have to pay for it. So now let's just say the government regulates all type of gun purchases. Now you got to purchase it through that, right? So let's say they stop all that. Now we got full gun control. Only people that can have guns are your cops, soldiers, things like that. Okay. Guess what people do? Like all humans, adapt. Now they're gonna find different ways to do what they need to do. Knives, blunt objects, pills, you know what I'm saying? Like narcotics. There's so many different ways people can say, you know what? I mean, I need to release the stress. I want to hurt people. They will find ways. They will find ways around it. Because then, now, let's say knives are now being an issue. Oh, it was a stabbing. Instead of a school shooting, there's a school stabbing. You just ran around stabbing people in the hallway. Chop, stab, 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 stab. Right? Now you regulate knives. What the how we gonna cut? How we gonna cut stuff for our food? You gonna use butter knives? You know what I'm saying? Guess what? They improvise. They just use the butter knife and sharpen it. Okay, now we can use butter knives. They use forks, spoons. Like there's so much stuff you can use to hurt and inflict pain. So that's why it's like it's iffy when it comes to regulating gun safety and everything because how? How is it possible? How do you do it? There's so many nooks and crannies and hoops to jump through to go make this seem right. And so that's the part that's iffy. So with another school shooting like this that happened, I believe it happened at FSU. Okay. Apparently the school shooter was the son of a sheriff. So now people are freaking out because it's like, yo, this man is about to have immunity. It's the sheriff. The sheriff's gonna call shots. Yo, don't touch him. Relax. This is insane. And what's even more insane to all my African Americans, there have been more black school shooters now happening. Pay attention to that. That's a kicker. We y'all just say, oh, it's just white people. White kids do it. No, blacks don't do that. Looks like roles are starting to be reversed. So what's happening at home that's breaking your kids' mental that they say, I want to go kill everybody? You know what I'm saying? We know kids are assholes. Let's be real. Excuse my French, but it's true. Kids are bullies. Kids are mean. They're gonna say all type of shit to you. You either got two options. Well, three. Ending it all for yourself, ending it all for everybody else, or just ignoring it. Or of course you got the fourth option, be a bully right back. But most people always default to I'm gonna hurt everybody else. And that's the part that sucks. Because one bully is now responsible for everybody's death. Now you can say, no, it's not the bully's fault, it's still the kid's fault. Yeah, you're right. But that's the whole butterfly effect. What happens if the bully never bullied him? Will that person never have done that in life? Maybe, maybe not. You see what I'm saying? But these school shootings are testimony to how we should raise kids, how we should talk to kids, how kids can break, their mentals can break. Shit, even some adults, because I'm not even gonna call them kids, because there's college school shootings. You're adults at that point. 19, 20, 21, 22, you're an adult, brother. So that's that's scary for some people. And it's scarier for people who have been involved in two school shootings. Yes. There is a girl. Let's see if we could get the name for you guys. Are we able to? Doesn't look like we can right now. But we have a female, okay, who ended up leaving her school. Listen to me, people. Ended up leaving her school because of a school shooting. And ended up going to another school to be involved in another school shooting. about that, people. A girl that survived the Parkland school shooting ended up going to FSU and surviving another school shooting. No funny business, but keep her away from me. No funny business, but so there's some bad luck going on. Because how? What's the chances? Go play the lottery. What's going on? But like I said, it's not funny because now this is going to become the norm. Oh, let me get out of this school. I want to go somewhere else. You now have a higher probability of getting in another school shooting. This right here just changed everything. If she wasn't there, the statistic may have been low. But now that this happened, it's going to be a snowball effect. You're going to start seeing more people. Yeah, this is my second school shooting, my third, my fourth, my fifth. At that point, you up in the full double digits of school shootings. Yeah. No. Better go find a witch or something because you're cursed. No funny business. But think about her. Have to go through another school shooting. Yeah, you know what to do. You know what I mean? Hey, everybody go here, hide here, do this, do that. Yeah, you're prepared. But it's like, why? Why? School used to be the safest place, right? Of course, yeah, you might have a fight here and there. But school felt safe. You just go to learn, go home, you're good. Now it seems like nowhere's safe. Which, in all honesty, that's the truth, though. In life, every single day you should be thankful. Every single day, because any little thing could kill you. But you're still here. Think about that. You're still here. So, like I said, it's interesting to see how all this is happening, how all this is paying off. But people, welcome to America. That's all I can say. Welcome to America. Now, America is not responsible for this though. All right, because this is everybody speaking on this. All right, so a movie trailer ended up coming out for this movie. It looks like it was the second trailer for the movie, and the movie in question is the Fantastic Four. All right, and we know it's being rebooted, rebranded, making sure everything's good now. It's for the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Things are gonna look good. Kicking off the new saga. This is a fresh, clean slate. We're gonna make the movie good. Like everybody's anticipating this because we're like, all right, the Deadpool and Wolverine was great. You got the new Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus. People like it now. Okay, let's see what else you can keep doing, Marvel. So now we're waiting for Thunderbolts and now Fantastic Four. But in this Fantastic Four trailer, we end up finding out three things. All right, and this is not a spoiler because the trailer is online. But if you feel like you might get spoiled, please skip over this part. I'll say give me 5 minutes, maybe. But in this trailer, we end up realizing that Sue Storm is pregnant. And of course, if you read the comics, we know this is going to be Franklin Richards who's coming to the MCU. We also see the Silver Surfer, and we also see Galactus. Okay? Now, we're not talking about Galactus, and we're not even talking about the baby. Nope. I'm talking about Silver Surfer. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because the outrage and disappointment I've seen for people saying, wow, the Silver Surfer is a female. Wow. Wow. Yeah, wow, people. That's how I felt. Wow. You misogynistic bastards. So why did they say this? Well, after gathering all my research, looking around, digging around, reading people from what they're saying, it seems that people are just not in tune with the comics, or B, people are just misogynistic. I guess we could say that word today. So in the comics, if you really know, there's two Silver Surfers, a man and a woman, and they were both married. Okay, and they became the heralds of Galactus. Okay, so then for all my comic book nerds and Marvel nerds, here we go. This is for you guys. Let's talk here. All right, so in the movie now, they're doing the adaptation of the female. But in the one with Jessica Alba And Chris Evans in that Fantastic Four, we had a man. So people are looking at it like, bruh, where's the dude at again? You guys, it is okay. They're just changing it up for a female. It's all right. It is all right. And it's just funny to see when certain things like that change, people become annoyed, people become crazy. Like, it's just a female playing a cast. Are y'all serious? But it seems like people were really upset it was a female, and I could tell just from the way they talk, just from the way their mannerisms were when they saw the reveal. People that didn't know Galactus could change his size, that's cool. You can ignore that. Why is Galactus so small? I thought he was as big as the planet. All right, yeah, in the comics he could change his size. Okay, cool, cool. Why the cast? I don't like the cast. The cast is all right. That's normal, but no, he's a good actor. Trust me, though, she can act, bro. It's cool. But really? Why is it a girl? Why is it a girl? Really? You could have just easily said, "Hey, I thought the Silver Surfer was a guy." That's that sounds monumentally better than why is the Silver Surfer a girl? That sounds way better. Cause it's the way your words look. If you say why is the Silver Surfer a girl, people are now interpreting it as, so what you saying? You hate females? Oh, what you saying? Oh, you want the man to be in everything, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, you don't think a girl could play this role? That's ain't making it sound. But that's what some of these guys were making it really seem like. They're even admitting it. Some people are just trying to dance around it, but you can read it. And that's the part that's making me like, yo, are y'all serious? It's not that serious, bro. It is not that serious. Just read the comic and you'll understand. But even then, what's the difference? It's not like it's something where Forrest Gump, for example, where we all know the classic Forrest Gump, and he switched Forrest Gump with a female. It's like, yeah, it could work, but you're like, nah, this was better with, you know what I'm saying, Tom Hanks. I don't know about this. So it's certain things like that, but this isn't even, come on, y'all. It's not even that serious. So, like I said, I mean, this movie is going to be the start for Marvel to really show us that, hey, they back in the driver's seat, because we all know Marvel's been slipping with this whole multiverse thing, but they're getting back into their bag. We about to have a great Marvel cinematic universe again. So I'm prepared, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm ecstatic. And all my Marvel fans should be as well. Now, let's take a look, people, at the internet. Okay? Let's take a look at the internet for a second because the internet trolls have gone too far. All right, and what I mean by that is it feels like there's so much stuff going on now in life that the internet has access to that we don't know what's real, what's fake. Right? We don't know what to believe, who to believe. We don't know nothing no more because the internet is getting people arrested. The internet's getting people arrested now. Okay? You got Lil Durk's lawyers trying to get him out of jail because they're saying he was being blamed for edited clips by YouTubers and IG users. People, it's at a point where it's like, yo, the internet might get regulated. It might get regulated. And all that free speech that we thought we had, yeah, it's gone. All right. And for the people who say we don't have free speech now, no, you still do. You still do. Okay. But I'm not saying that they won't have repercussions, but it is still free speech. Because you could walk up to anybody and say what you want to say. But if you get punched in the mouth, I mean, hey, you have free speech. You were able to say it. You just got hit in the mouth. So, like I said, the internet being like this, the internet trolls are getting out of hand. People are saying whatever. People are taking pictures and editing them, putting them into montages and stuff. It's out of hand. All right. And Lil Durk's lawyers are saying, hey, look, y'all really booking him because of all these little things you see of him talking about, his boy Vaughn and all this stuff. Come on, y'all. Like, stop. The internet's going to do it regardless. It's the internet. The internet's been undefeated for I don't know how long now. You can't beat the internet. You can't. You really can't. There's too many people on it. So you can't beat the world. And like I said, it's interesting seeing this because I wonder if they're gonna win. This is one of those things where I'm like, yo, I'm really invested and really interested because if they win this, does this change the landscape for anybody who's been convicted of something online? Oh, we seen online that you're gang affiliated, you run with shooters, you have a bunch of guns. Nah, that's just edited clips online. I don't have that. They go inside your house, go and check stuff, and you check out. Oh yeah, he's clean. I wonder if people are gonna be able to do that now. Because if so, that changes the landscape completely. That changes the landscape completely. So, like I said, this was very interesting because if Lil Durk beats this, I want us to go back and we're gonna start looking at some of these other rappers, other people who's been locked up. If anything was about it online, the lawyers better jump on it. The lawyers better jump on it. But now, if he loses this, I mean, hey, at least you tried. At least you tried. At least his lawyers thought about signing and said, hey, let's just try to see what happens. Okay? Let's just try to, let's give it a shot. Let's just give it a shot, see what happens. So, hey, that was very interesting. Like I said, I want to see what happens with this case. So we will be following that. And lastly, people, we have to talk about our sports. The NBA playoffs are here, so this is what we're mainly going to be talking about and focused on. The Thunder gave the Grizzlies absolute hell, and Shea Davis scored over 20 points, and it was a 51-point blowout. The Grizzlies are done. Thunder and 4. It's over. I'm not even worried about it no more. That series is done. It's done. The Lakers get smacked by 22 by the T Wolves, and Ant had a bad game. Yeah, it's over. Timberwolves are 4. The Thunder came back and beat the Clippers. That was crazy. Beat the Clippers in OT. Thunder. Oh, not Thunder Nuggets. You guys might have lost because why is you going to OT with the Clippers? Clippers are 4 or 5, I should say. But the playoffs is here, man. Warriors just beat the Rockets. Listen, who else played? Celtics beat the Magic. We had Cavs winning their game, and I believe we had the Knicks beating the Pistons. So games are looking good everywhere. Games are looking good. Um, if you're betting, please send me your parlays, send me your bets. All right, I'm trying to be a millionaire too, just like you. But now we're just waiting now for the rest of the games. But playoffs is here, people. The playoff intensity is here. We got to see LeBron try to go for his 5th ring. We're trying to see Steph go for his 5th ring. All right, we're trying to see Jimmy get his first with the Warriors. All right, we're trying to see the Cavs show that, hey, we don't need LeBron. We can do this. We're trying to see the Thunder and the Rockets show that the young guys can do this. We're trying to see the Celtics double it and repeat. There's so many different cases and variables for this playoffs that it's amazing. All right, we're trying to see the Pistons show that hey, we can get to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the Pacers smacked the Bucks. That got ugly too. So I mean, there's been a bunch of blowouts, teams losing it. It's been a crazy playoffs already. Okay, it's been a crazy playoffs already. Now, like I said though, we were going to mainly talk about that, but I want to also talk about the WWE people because WrestleMania happened. If you do watch that, then you will know. Spoilers ahead. Jay Uso is now the title champion, so people are going to be yeeting every day. We seen the biggest, greatest main event. It feels like in a while. Roman Reigns and CM Punk lose. Paul Heyman turns on both of them and goes to Seth Rollins. Nobody was expecting that. Nobody. All right, we see LA Knight lose his title, so we knew that was gonna happen. Unfortunately, so we seen that. We knew that was happening. Chad Gable, I believe, won his. I believe. No, I think they lost. I don't know for sure. I gotta check that one out, but I think Chad Gable won his. Um, so we knew that. All right. So night 1 was pretty decent. Night 2, we see Randy Orton and Joe Hendry go at it. That was the mystery opponent, Mr. Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. We've seen it happen. All right. Randy, of course, doing Randy things, RKOing out of nowhere. We've seen John Cena break Ric Flair's record and now has 17 world championships. Let's see, you heard it here first. I'm calling the script. John Cena's going to stay after WrestleMania, wait to probably SummerSlam. Randy Orton is going to fight him for it, and Randy's going to end up getting the title, and Randy will be feuding with Cody. Calling it now. What else did we see? Becky Lynch came back and returned, so that was a surprise for some people. We've seen Dominic Mysterio win the Intercontinental Championship and got cheered for the first time after being booed constantly. So, hey, that was a change of pace there. And now, look at me covering both sports like it's with ease. But if you looked at the title, it was drama. So what's the drama? Well, I'm going to get into it real quick. On the basketball side, you got Kevin Gates saying that he would not be LeBron because he does not like the way Savannah looks at him. Nah, I don't like the way he did. Nah, hell nah. Pretty much taking a dig at her, at the relationship. And even if you want to say it's a dig, why even mention her? Why even mention the wife? You see what I'm saying? That's the part where it's like, come on, yo. Come on. Come on, Gates. All right. Then, on the wrestler side, we got John Cena saying that he still loves and supports Vince McMahon. Even through all the allegations. That's still my guy. So, two things that say, whoa. Okay, whoa. But, John Cena's response. He ended up posting a picture with Savannah and in the caption saying, "Kings don't concern themselves with the opinions of peasants. Where to next, Queen? Let's get it." So people are now assuming, yes, that was a dig right back at Kevin Gates, letting them know, like, yo, you're a peasant compared to me. I am the king. I can do what I want. Your opinion means nothing. Hey, if that really is a little jab right back, hey, I'm all for it. Let's get negative. We support it. We support it. But I mean, that's just real talk, though. Don't talk about the wife. That's it. It's just that simple. But I mean, I probably wouldn't have even said anything or responded. It's whatever. And then for the John Cena one, of course, John Cena's like, listen, I get it if you feel some type of way because we all know the Vince McMahon allegations. If you don't, he's got a documentary on Netflix, Mr. McMahon. I could cover it real quick. A lot of sexual assault and drug abuse, pretty much that simple. So he has a lot of allegations towards him. So him saying that, WWE PR is like, hold on now, we gotta hold on, let's scrub this out, please. So, but you can't be mad at John. Vince gave John Cena his chance, and now look at John. Popular as ever, doing his thing. So I can see why he said that. You know what I'm saying? And most people always said Vince felt like a father figure role and all that. So John Cena really does appreciate the person who gave him a shot. So I can't be mad at him for saying that. I really can't. You know what I mean? So, hey, the drama is stirring. What is Kevin Gates going to respond to when it comes to LeBron? Is he going to respond back again, or is that it? Or are we going to see John Cena say something else a little outlandish that people's like, yo, what? What's going on? So, we got to see what goes on with these two. I don't think it's going to get any more crazy, but that is just interesting to say the least. So, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys always for tuning in each and every single Monday to the podcast that is making waves everywhere. Okay? Everywhere. So, I do appreciate all the love and support that you guys have been showing. Truthfully, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing ride. So, well, yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or night. You have been listening to My Honest Take.